Up next, brought to you by Anchor Nissan, of course on 146 in North Smithfield, is a car that is near and dear to my heart and anybody who's ever played Gran Turismo or just has an interest in cars, and it is of course the Nissan GT-R. And this is the last year, sadly, that they're going to be making the R35 GT-R. It's been with us since 2008, if you can believe it. And I remember when I first saw one on the road. Now this is a very wide, very big car. And as a kid playing Gran Turismo, I always loved the R32, R33, and R34 Nissan Skylines. And of course, as we know, we didn't get those here in the States, and they were only right-hand drive. So when I heard it was coming to the States in 2008, I was super pumped. I remember the first day I saw one, I took a picture of it in a parking lot. They have super road presence, and they still have just as much today. So I'm gonna tell you about the 2024 GT-R and where it's come from. Like I said, it came in 2008 to the United States, and now in 2024, it is the last year for the R35. It has these ultra recognizable tail lights. If you're any kind of car guy, when you see these, you go, ooh, Skyline. And the big, huge quad tip exhaust. Now this straight away from Nissan's RB Series Straight 6, which is a creamy, smooth twin turbo and single turbo engine. And they, yes, of course, did it naturally aspirated. But we're talking about the exciting ones. And then they went to the V6 in this, which is the VR38. And it's a dual overhead cam motor, twin turbos, and just with a tune, intake, exhaust, these cars were 10-second, 11-second cars in the quarter mile. They're unbelievable. And you can use them every day. They have back seats, they have a dual clutch transmission. I remember when this had the dual clutch transmission, it was one of the first ones, and I was amazed at how quickly it shifted. But this being the 2024, it's its last year, starting at $121,000, and for the money, I think as far as performance goes, 0 to 60, it's as fast as most electric cars out there. It's crazy to think that piston cars are still that fast, and the GT-R especially is one of those. So 565 horsepower from factory, which I technically think is a little conservative. I think they make a little more. This has the dual clutch transmission, 467 pound-feet of torque. Like I mentioned, it does have the back seats. Oh, look at it, it's the GT-R. I've always loved these cars. I think they're really distinctive, they're really neat. And it's a if you know car, especially if you're driving down the road and you see one of these, you're like, ah, that guy didn't buy that by accident. He bought it because it's a GT-R. So I think these are stunning. They have unbelievable brakes. They have onboard telemetry to tell you the horsepower you're using, the G meter, which by the way comes from back in the day with the 280 and 300 ZXs, of which maybe I have, maybe I don't. Twin turbo V6 engine, that's where this car really comes into play. We have the dual front intercoolers here, dual overhead cams, and this very distinctive, very neat intake and the dual throttle bodies. I've always thought it was a very distinctive and really cool looking engine, and it also has a very unique sound. The GT-R is hand assembled with special craftsmen in a sealed room. That's how precise these engines are, and that's why they can produce so much power and acceleration. So we're gonna go down here, and now with the new GT-R, of course, CarPlay wasn't available in 08 when this car came out, but now you can get it with CarPlay and all the things you could use every day. And this is an all-wheel drive vehicle. It rides nicely, and it's still, don't forget, even though it has all this performance, it's still a Nissan, so it's something you can really drive every day. And I really love these. So we go down here, it has all the connections now. It has big cushy seats, a little carbon fiber on the interior, that really nice central mounted tachometer, which I've always loved. And we look over here about all of the displays you can have. It does lap timers. We have our start button down here, and of course the all-important buttons to put it in R mode for the suspension, the gearbox, and launch control. Bose stereo, all the goodies on this. It's just a vehicle I've always really loved. And there are a few trims. We have the Skyline Edition. This color is called Bayside Blue. If you watched last episode, we were looking at the new Nissan Z, and it is now available in Bayside Blue, which we all come to mind. We think of the R34 GT-R, or at least I do. I think that's a really neat color, and I think it harkens back to, you know, that's why it says Skyline Edition on it. Then we go up to the T-Spec. We get some different wheels. Those, of course, it comes with raised forged wheels, carbon ceramic brakes, and special leather seats with the suede inserts. And then we go up to the Takumi Edition, which is really cool. This is another color I have always really loved. This color is called Midnight Purple, and you can't probably quite see it on screen, but it's kind of a color shifting. Sometimes it looks purple, sometimes it looks blue, sometimes it looks green, and sometimes it even has a little gold in it, and I think that's really neat. So it's a special edition. And then of course the Nismo, that's the king, that's the track star, 600 horsepower, a special carbon ceramic braking system, and the Nismo tuned suspension. As you can see, it has different aerodynamics here. We have these vents over the front wheels, which are reminiscent of something you get on a Porsche GT3 RS. These are unbelievable cars, and this is going to be the last year they're offering the R35, so get your order in while you can. Paddle shift transmission, quad exhaust, and I just think it's a really cool overall car. So if you are into GTRs as much as I am and you want to get your hands on one of these, make sure to check them out at Anchor Nissan 146 in North Smithfield.